Welcome to Germany vs. USA, and today we're going to talk about the difference between the meter and the yard.
We actually want to talk about the different systems. We want to talk about the metric system
And the U.S. customary system.
or the imperial system. It's some kind of a mix of it, I think. What the people in the U.S. use. Right?
It's usually just referred to as the better way.
Oh, I want to see many German people commenting on that.
I'm just kidding. It's a terrible system.
It's just...
No, you can't even say it's just different. It's just a bad system.
No, it's different. It's different.
different.
We want to talk about the different stuff. So what we want, I need a paper. I couldn't remember everything. Let's talk about volume.
Okay.
So in Germany we use, or in Europe, but like we use liters.
Liters, and we use gallons.
So 1 gallon makes 3.78 liters.
I thought it was like 1.8 liters.
No. So it's closest to 4 liters. And 1 liter is 0.26 gallons.
Gallons? Okay.
Right? So like in the US, if you go to a gas station, for example, the prices are always per gallon.
Right.
So right now, what's the gas price? Like $1.77 per gallon, right?
Yeah, something around there.
Very cheap for my German standards. Very cheap, terribly cheap.
It's pretty expensive, actually.
Then we also have in the US, then there's also the pint, right? Right.
Right.
And the pint is around half a liter.
Now, do y'all use a pint though? Like, give me a pint of ale. I mean, is that just in England where they want to drink a pint?
Yeah, that's in England. I think we have the German word pint. I think it exists, but I've never heard it being used in normal.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was just
circumstances.
a British thing.
Right.
Whatever they do in that island.
And then you have the quart, right?
Yeah, we have the quart.
And the quart is around 1 liter.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
1.05 liters actually, but whatever, it's a liter.
Okay.
So that's not too bad actually.
And then I guess we could talk about distances.
Yeah.
So y'all have like the kilometer,
Kilometer.
and then we have the mile.
Right.
And
So 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers, right?
yeah, which is nice because you'll be in Germany and you'll be doing, oh man, I'm doing 100 kilometers. Well, you're only really doing 60 miles per hour.
Right.
And so, I mean, that's one thing where I was kind of disappointed.
I always thought they were doing 220.
Yeah.
That's kilometers.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, so then there's, mile and kilometer. Then in the US, the next smaller one is yard, right?
right.
And a yard is 91 centimeters.
How many meters is a yard?
Well, 1 meter is, 0.9.
Because, like, I always wondered this because our soccer field, 120 yards long and 75 yards wide.
Yeah, by the way, anything we say, there's no guarantee.
Yeah, we're not really too polished on this.
There's no guarantee, but we're trying to get it as close as possible. So then, smaller than yard is foot. The foot is 30 centimeters, right? The US foot. It's like, so
30.
Centimeters.
Yeah.
Centimeters. So like 100 centimeters make 1 meter. And 1,000 meters make 1 kilometer. And then the smaller end than the foot is the inch, right?
Right.
And 1 inch is 2.5 centimeters.
And then we use centimeters.
What's that?
Then we use centimeters.
Oh no, smaller than what?
Like, after an inch, we use centimeters.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So you don't say half an inch?
I mean, you can, but it's never like official.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I guess that makes sense. So
Yeah.
So and what I found interesting. So 12 inch make 1 foot, 3 foot make 1 yard, and 1,060 yard make 1 mile.
It's a little off.
I mean, inch, foot, yard makes sense, but then the 70-62 mile is just a little bit out there. But I guess it's interesting. What I found interesting about the meter is actually in my physics class, I think it was physics class, we talked about the meter, and the original meter, it's like a platinum bar, is actually still in Paris. There's like a physical bar that's 1 meter long.
Yeah, we've been there.
And I think we've been there
Yeah.
last year sometime. And I remember I learned the definition of that meter in my physics class, and there's the old and the new definition.
I really don't know which one's better.
I don't know which one's better, but the old definition, I have to read it out here. The old definition is, so the platinum bar was designed to represent 1/10 millionth of the distance from the equator to the North Pole through Paris.
I mean, as it should.
Right, so 1/10 Millionstel der Distanz vom Äquator zum Nordpol durch Paris. And then they redefined it because they were thinking, I don't know what they were thinking. I guess they thought it was too complicated. And then they
really made it simple here.
They made it simple now. They redefined it in 1983. That's not that long ago. And they decided that it's the distance traveled by light in free space in 299,792,458th of a second.
I mean, pretty much everyone knows that.
That's pretty easy to understand. Also
Yeah.
die Distanz, die Licht im freien Raum innerhalb von 1/299.792.458 einer Sekunde zurücklegt.
How did they even come up with this?
Yeah. Science.
Science. Spies.
So we talked about volume, we talked about distance. Let's talk about weight.
Weight, okay.
Weight is fun. So weight, we have in the US, if you go to a grocery store, everything is measured in pound. And the abbreviation for pound is actually LB, which makes sense.
Right, right, because both letters are in the word pound.
Exactly, LB. And the US pound is actually different than the metric pound. Like the metric pound, and the pound we use in Germany is 500 grams. But
Ours is 453.
Exactly. So that's really scary if you go on a scale. If you're coming from Germany to Europe, like let's say you weighed 80 kilograms in Germany, in the metric pound. Then you come to the US and you step on a scale, and suddenly instead of you would think 80 times 2 is 160 pound, you're suddenly 172 pound. And like I remember when I stepped on a scale in the US first time, I was really, really scared. It's like, holy cow, what happened? Like within a week. This was really, really hard. I hope you guys got at least a little bit out of it.
Thank God I left all that stuff back in 8th grade.
Right. We wish you a wonderful day.
Y'all take it easy.